Hi, stocks and cheap pots, ladies and gentlemen. It's me, Silicon Steve Valley, and I'm with Vladi and it is time for our AEW Revolution preview and picks to one of the quarterly pay-per-views that AEW provides, and it's going to be, of course, this is going to be the fourth Revolution, fourth one, right? 2000, 2001, 2002, 2005, fourth Revolution.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for this one. There's a couple of really great matches. A couple of matches I wish were better, which we talked about in one of our previous segments. And Vladi, you are now up by 3 matches, and we decided we're going to continue this quarter till WrestleMania. So I got 3 more nights of wrestling to try to dig out of this giant hole. I gained a match on you at the Elimination Chamber, which I'm super excited about. And we are here right now. You're the Purple Nurple champion. Everyone sees you basking in the glory of your very first championship win every time on our intro. How are you feeling going into AEW Revolution?
I'm feeling good. I got a 3-match lead. This will be an intriguing pay-per-view because there's a couple matches that I'm like, these can go either way, really.
Yeah,
so
there's a few on there.
It'll be interesting to see what you say and what I think. And one or two, I could have probably just flipped a coin. So,
well, my picks are done ahead of time for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah, and you might need that sort of help because otherwise you're doing it off the top of your head. You're not prepared, and look at you, 3 matches down.
Yeah, well, you're right. So, without any further ado, folks, here is our AEW Revolution preview. That was pointless editing for no reason. Vladi, our very first match. What are you going to do? Where are we going? You are the quarterback of this trip. Where are we going?
All right, let's lead off with none other than your favorite, Jungle Boy.
Sami Zayn's winning.
Jungle Boy Jack Perry against Christian Cage.
Ooh.
Paul Bearer shouldn't appear.
What are you going to do when my Undertaker comes and gets you? You're going to rest in peace. Ooh.
They should have Evil Uno as in the role of Paul Bearer for this match.
I think Jungle Boy Jack Perry will redeem his father's soul and take Christian Cage's soul. Because he dug a big hole for him and has a tombstone for him and everything. It would be a big waste of time if he was to lose this no holds barred match.
They really took that extra artistic inch with that last promo with Christian, just ripping him in half beautifully in the middle of the ring. And then they cut to the big screen and there is Jungle Jack Perry in the middle of a graveyard for no apparent reason, just digging a hole and leaving a 6th grade art project in there as a tombstone for Christian. But I do agree with you.
And by the way, that could have been a really good video package if it wasn't for the graveyard thing. The rest of the package was great. It was just the fact that a very unmenacing 145-pound professional wrestler is trying to act like The Undertaker. It's just weird.
I thought they were going to have a graveyard match or buried alive match.
No one's going to top the AJ Styles one, right? Boneyard match. Anyway, we move on. What is the next match, Vladi? We're both on the same page with Jungle Boy Jack Perry?
Yes. Next match, we're going to go for...
Well, I have a question. Do you think... Wait, before we go further, I do apologize. Do you think Luchasaurus is going to play a factor in this? Maybe he turns back on Christian.
I don't know. Because we haven't seen him at all. I don't know if he's injured or not, but any which way, Jack Perry's one.
But he's on the shelf with the rest of the toys. Gotcha.
Yeah. We forgot that he's involved, and
Where's my toy dinosaur? I need my toy dinosaur. Mom, where's my toy dinosaur? Tony, dear, Tony. I'll get you another toy dinosaur. No, but this one's 6'8".
And he hurts people for real.
And he hurts people and has a green tongue.
All right, so the next match, probably the most prestigious of all titles in wrestling. The world's trio titles. The elite, the EVPs, if you will, versus the House of Black. And probably one of the most understated programs that you will ever see in wrestling history. Not even a whisper on one side of this feud has been mentioned. And of course, that's the elite side, as they haven't even picked up a microphone and comment on why they're being attacked.
Or if they even care.
I don't think they care. Yeah, you're right. So
they haven't cut I don't know if they've cut a promo since they came back, have they?
They did with with the best of 7.
Oh, that's right. And they weren't even supposed to cut a promo. There is a possibility here. Because if you remember, Kenny got on the mic, he said this promo wasn't even in the pre-production notes, or it wasn't even scheduled.
Right.
Is there a possibility TK has told them not to cut promos at this point? I'm putting it out there. I don't know.
Who knows?
Either way, they're uninteresting in comparison to what they should be. And I think the House of Black eradicates them and takes their trios championship back, because the house always wins.
I agree with you. House of Black's first title. I think you might actually get a little bit of a separation from the trios with the elite, where Kenny, I could see maybe doing some singles matches. And as you mentioned it earlier, the tag team division has been pretty weak. Wouldn't it be a great time for the Young Bucks to come and rescue it?
I think the Young Bucks need to be more involved in the tag team division, if they even care to do so anymore. But that's the question that I'm struggling with right now. I'm
gonna assume that they care, and that's what they're doing. And that was one of the reasons I chose the House of Black. All right, so next match. Can't wait for this one either, in terms of half of it. Jericho versus Ricky Starks, because
Ricky Starks is going to win this match.
I agree with you. And let me ask you this, and I'll be honest with you. The first time I thought this through, I'm like, this came to my head. Jericho's been explicit about the Jericho Appreciation Society not being there. And it made me wonder, is he adding somebody new to it, and that would help him win? It's like a little bit of a loophole, you know? But then I was thinking more about it, and I'm like, they cannot bury Starks in this way on a pay-per-view. He's already beaten them over and over. So I'm thinking that Starks wins, and that the Jericho Appreciation Society actually starts turning on Jericho, because he's been losing, they've been losing, and there you go.
Wouldn't it be great if the Jericho Appreciation Society kicked Jericho out and they kept on calling themselves the Jericho Appreciation Society? When South Park they kicked Coon out of Coon and Friends.
Oh, you know what? I don't know that reference really. I didn't see that episode.
Well, then either way, you can get just the idea that Chris Jericho gets kicked out of the JAS and they still call themselves the Jericho Appreciation Society, but they hate Chris Jericho and they kick him out. I think that'd be hilarious.
I would say it's definitely ironic, but you're asking a guy who absolutely hates that faction. Can't stand JK. I can't stand Hager.
Hager got some hat chance this past week on Dynamite.
It doesn't matter. I saw him go and do like a sidewalk sort of slam to Starks. No reaction from the crowd. Then I saw Daniel Garcia go and hit a rock bottom. Not once, but twice on Dynamite. No reaction. Pin drop city from the crowd. Like, they are just dead in the water as a faction. It's time to move on, folks. So, yeah, I'm picking
moving on.
Yes, great segue. Samoa Joe versus Wardlow TNT Championship.
I think Samoa Joe maintains the championship. That has been such a hot potato lately, and every champion has their own style. And what was the point of Darby Allin's 4-week run, though?
I don't know. I don't get it. But I actually picked Wardlow.
All right. Let's go, King of Television.
Yeah. And part of the reason I chose Wardlow is because of Hobbs winning.
Yeah, I could see that. And also Wardlow has a better reason to win because the heartbreaking story that his hair was representative of his father's love.
Right.
Yeah. Because he never cut his hair at all the last how many years? He never cut his hair before. Like, what's the difference if you cut it here, you cut it all the way down? Like, dude, it'll take you a year to grow it back, bud. Relax. It's okay. Fuck.
What's the matter? They're telling you a story. You want stories, and they're telling you one. You're crapping.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine. That's fine. I probably made the wrong choice. I just want Samoa Joe to keep the title because I love Samoa Joe. We bitch about AEW all we want. Samoa Joe has been one of the best things consistently on AEW television, left and right. The guy is really knocking out of the park. This is the best version of Samoa Joe I've seen probably since his first NXT run.
He could be world champ, and it would be great to me. So let's see. We're going to go to another title match. We got the Guns versus the Acclaimed versus Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett, which you did a great imitation of in our previous show, versus Danhausen and Orange Cassidy for the AEW Tag Team Championship. Remember, AEW was the promotion that was going to really put a spotlight on tag team wrestling.
I don't know what you want me to say about this. This is the Guns, I think, are a good tag team. I like the Guns. Should they be world tag team champions? No, unless they have a significant run here. The Acclaimed, I love. The other two aren't even a tag team. They're just really funny, hilarious professional wrestling characters, and Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal. And then you have the other two. They're funny because they're so bad. No, obviously Danhausen and Orange Cassidy, very popular. And then you have Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, who I don't necessarily want to see him in a tag team championship match anymore.
Right.
So I'm not excited about this match. I think the Guns will hold the championship, though.
Yeah. So I picked the Guns. So, yeah, they're not dropping, and they're going to win. And you know what? Let me ask you. Any chance that Billy Gunn actually turns here and helps them win?
I think that should happen eventually, but it just...
Too soon?
They just attacked him again. They turned out as their father how many times?
It's a toxic relationship.
I mean, he clearly wasn't a very strong father. He wasn't there a lot.
No.
I feel bad for the Guns, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he was on the road all the time, just telling people to suck it.
It's a whole thing, exactly. Just things sucked and whipping and wearing weird clothes with some less than reputable people.
It's true.
The only decent human being out of him was Triple H.
Yeah. Hopefully he picked up a good habit or two from him.
I'm just kidding. I like Bill. I love Billy Gunn. I love Sean Waltman, and I love Triple H.
Next match. Jon Moxley versus your favorite Hangman Adam Page.
This was probably the toughest one to call for me. I love this build. I actually love both of these wrestlers. You're not the biggest fan of either one. I love them both, so this is difficult for me, but I do love the fact that Moxley's turning heel. So I had a couple things I'm going back and forth on. Moxley's turning heel, so will he need to turn heel to win, or does he turn heel after he loses? The thing is, you can't really turn heel after you lose because it's a Texas death match, meaning you have to knock your opponent out for a 10 count. It's essentially a last man standing match, from what I understand. That's how it was with when Adam Cole and Hangman Page had a world championship match back on Good Friday when they did the Crown of Thorns.
Oh, yeah.
Crown of Barbed Wire on Good Friday at 7:00 at night. If you remember that. And so I was questioning, like, okay, so they have a no holds barred match and then they have a Texas death match. What's the difference? Texas death match is essentially a last man standing match but you can also get a submission as well. From what I understood it, but the rules are very different. There's like 4 different kinds of Texas death match. One Texas death match, you have to pin the guy and they have to be down for a 10 count. But that's not how AEW did it with Cole and Page, so we'll see.
Right. Sure. Let me give my answer to this, because this is, and I know you already have it and you're about to do it, but I don't want anybody to think that I might be copying you on this one. I picked Hangman Adam Page to win it.
I picked Hangman Adam Page as well.
There we go.
I'm going to change to Moxley, though.
You can't do that. After
I will,
you said there's
but
no
I think
way.
Moxley's going to win. I'm officially saying that. However, I initially went with Page. I have a feeling Moxley's going to have his heel turn might be on Dynamite, though. So I'll stick with it. I'm probably right. You're probably right, too. We're going to stick with Page, but the Moxley heel turn is coming. And I think it's also going to include Bryan Danielson. I think they're going to kick him out of the club.
All right. Let's hold that thought. Let's go to the next match. Jamie Hayter versus Ruby Soho and Soraya Page for the AEW Women's Championship. I'm going to go again. Jamie Hayter.
I picked Miss Hayter as well. The other two don't have any momentum, and the crowd doesn't seem to give a shit about them. So Tony Khan would be a complete idiot to change this.
Yeah.
Soraya has not picked up any momentum to put it on her. And Ruby Soho, no one has really cared about her other than when her song hits, they go, yay. And then they're like, oh.
Yeah, they sing it sort of like Jericho-ish. Right?
Destination. Oh, no.
You're so over it. Finally, we have the AEW World Championship in an Iron Man match for 60 minutes. The champion MJF versus Bryan Danielson.
And I'm glad it's 60 minutes. I don't like the 30-minute Iron Man matches. Are they really even a thing?
It's not really an Iron Man match, right?
It's not an Iron Man match. 60 minutes is an Iron. The 60-minute Broadway. They used to have back in the territory days. I am picking Maxwell Jacob Friedman to retain his championship. I almost pulled the trigger on Danielson because I think from a business perspective, it would actually make more sense. MJF is slowly but surely building some momentum, but again, I don't know if this title reign has been great. It's similar to Hangman in terms of how it hasn't really been as great as you would think. MJF's character hasn't changed a whole hell of a lot. A little darker, I guess you would say, maybe. He's trying to get a little bit lower, and he's talking about felonies he's done and all that with people named Liv. But I think that he only won at the last pay-per-view. I think MJF holds his championship a little longer. Their world champions usually have a little bit of a longer run as well. So I don't think one's only going to last like 4 months. So that was my biggest reasoning, just because he won it so early. I would have, me personally, I think Danielson would be a great guy to take that title from him. But I don't think it happens on the first pay-per-view that he defends the championship. So I go with MJF. He's better than me, and I know it. I'm a mouth-breathing poor, fat, unattractive, and stupid. So I at least know MJF is going to win.
Yeah, we both know that much, and I do agree with you. MJF is definitely going to win. And getting back to the whole Moxley, Bryan Danielson thing, I'm thinking on the following Dynamite, with Moxley losing or Bryan Danielson losing, look at Claudio and Wheeler Yuta.
Just lost the tag team Casino Battle Royal. That must have been a heartbreaker.
Yeah, I mean, God, they were like the favorites. So what's going on here? They're reassessing, and what I could see happening is that you have the Blackpool Combat Club going and turning on Danielson. And call me crazy, but why would Moxley and Claudio, especially Moxley, want to keep the name Blackpool Combat Club when Regal went and turned on them?
Yeah, makes
sense. It's time to call it something different. Kill it, and that's that. Bryan Danielson's the one that's still waxing poetic about Regal. And here, Regal cost Moxley the title, and he's still carrying the banner. Come on. So I need
and also
to see
Danielson hasn't been with them that
at
much.
all. Yeah,
So
hardly at all.
They probably should have a Moxley Danielson feud with. I don't think they're going to change their name though. I get it doesn't make sense, but that's who they were. And there are some origins because there was training and stuff with Regal. So I'm not against it. And it's a cool name. Let the name. It's already a brand.
Danielson can carry it.
Yeah, I don't think with his character right now, I think they understand that he's a pure babyface and they're not going to put him in a faction. I think they're going to turn on him and then he's going to face the Blackpool Combat Club after that.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm thinking too. I think that's where it happens. I think it happens on Dynamite. They just reached each other's breaking points and then there you go. So there's our picks, folks.
And we only got the one different, and I think I'm wrong. I think Samoa Joe, I would love him to win. Maybe I'm picking him because I want him to win more. Because also, Wardlow hasn't even been on TV. There's no momentum. They're just going to hand the guy the championship. I think it's silly. What do you want, though? Especially when you killed the guy's momentum. You're just going to throw him on TV for a couple of weeks and then give him a championship again?
I mean, Darby Allin was able to beat Samoa Joe. Why can't Wardlow?
We'll see. We will see what happens. I think Wardlow, and also the other thing is Samoa Joe beat Wardlow last time. So I think you're right there, and I think I screwed up.
I'll be up to this many matches if that's the case, pal.
And then it's going to be all coming down to WrestleMania for me. But hey, Lord, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. That's your AEW Revolution preview. The purple nurple might be a distance away for me, but I'm going to keep on fighting. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy AEW Revolution. I'm going to be watching it with bells on. I'm going to have popcorn. No, I'm not. I'm on a Whole30 cleanse, so I can't eat popcorn. I'll have to be eating something stupid like carrots or something. But I'm going to be watching. I'm still very much in love with AEW. I just know how much better it can be. So there's that. And I certainly am not looking forward to the Tag Team Championship match. I couldn't care less, actually. I'm annoyed by it. So there's that.
It's actually one of the reasons I'm thinking about not watching it, paying for it.
And it's $50. It's not like it's the Peacock's channel where it's $5 a month.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, why am I going to pay $50 to watch Jeff Jarrett? Honestly.
Yeah, I'm with you. I am going to get it though because I am committed to All Elite Wrestling as much as I kill them. But that's all we got for you for this week, folks. This is Silicon Steve Alley. Vladi Dottie, he's right next to me right there. Scratch his ear right there. Scratch right behind your ear. You feel that?
There you go. I feel it.
How about this? You feel that?
Time to turn off the camera, pal.
I was grabbing this bag. What are you talking about, you pervert?
Oh, of course.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching High Spots and Cheap Pop. And by the way, Vladi Dottie, one more time, we want to say thank you. We reached over 100 subscribers. We're at over 100 subscribers. We finally made it. We're going to keep on pushing along. It's been a slow uphill battle, but we're having a blast doing it. We're giving you a perspective you're not seeing anywhere else on the internet, anywhere else on YouTube. We are really, really goddamn sexy and smart, and we know about professional wrestling, and we're not toxic douchebags.
Exactly. Don't forget sexy.
Don't forget sexy. So please hit the subscribe button. Follow me at Silicon Valley on Twitter. Follow us on Facebook, High Spots and Cheap Pops. And we will talk to you guys soon. Enjoy Revolution. High Spots and Cheap Pops out. Here endeth the lesson. Thank you so much for listening and watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. Hit the subscribe button. Then please comment, share. Let's build this community, and thank you for getting us over 100 subscribers.